Good day guys, my name is Richard John Enriquez and I will be your virtual tour guide for today. And please be easy on me because this is my first time. This is my first job for this month and this is my first time that I assigned to guide you in Manila. We're going to travel to Manila in many historical places together with some tourist spots and some tourist destinations. So a little brief summary of Manila is Manila established on 16th century as a Muslim world whose ruler levied customs duties on all commerce passing up the Pasig River with the Spanish conquistador named Miguel Lopez de Legazpi. Also, Manila became also the Spanish center of anti-Spanish sentiment, which the revolution actually happened. If you're familiar with Jose Rizal, Bonifacio, so those are the heroes in the country that we remember, right? And during the US period also, Philippines had some economic improvement. Number one is building the Manila. And upon the outbreak of World War II, Manila was occupied by Japanese. But still, the US forces get it back to honor as our country's one of alliance, Philippine alliance with US or United States. As 1948, if you know Quezon City is the capital of the Philippines. But in 1976, Manila is still that place, and Manila is the capital city of the Philippines now. So, since I already provided you some history facts in Manila, let's go now to some of the tourist spots that can visit Manila. So first, we're going to Rizal Park. So, one of our first stops is in Manila should be Rizal Park, sometimes referred as Luneta Park. This is a peaceful and manicured. There's also outdoor garden, and as you can see, this is located in the heart of the city of Manila. Throughout the park, you will see statues and monuments paying tributes to Manila history, including Jose Rizal and also Lapu-Lapu. Of note is the century-old monument, as I mentioned, the Rizal statue, which houses the remains of one of the Philippines' most celebrated heroes. So, Dr. Jose Rizal, be sure to stroll through the park to take the local flora, fauna, explore, and also keep your eyes open for the Nara tree, which is the national tree of the Philippines. And you can also see small lake with artistically raised archipelago structure in the middle of Rizal Park. So after we go to Rizal Park, if some of you are Catholics or religious people, we have also our own Quiapo Church. So the Quiapo Church is one of the oldest and most admired Catholic churches in Manila. So the more formal name of the church is the Minor Basilica of the Black Nazarene. Depending on the time of day, the plaza surrounding the old sanctuary can be quite congested, which makes it an interesting place to visit to admire the devotion of the Filipino people. And Monday to Sunday, Friday are the busiest days when thousands of people pile into the square and pray at the church for novena. Despite the large gatherings of church devotees, this is one of the top attractions in the city. And you can take your time to see inside the church and stroll through the market stands outside to buy. You can buy fresh peanuts, mangoes, or necklaces from local vendors. And after we stop at Quiapo Church, we can also go to Intramuros. This is also the most historical places in Manila where some of the occupants like US, Spanish, and Japanese landed and know this place, Intramuros. So you will likely pass through the Intramuros, whether you know it or not, as you explore Manila. It is the oldest section of the city and characterized by its walled fortress. This section of Manila was once walled city during Spanish colonial times in the 1500s to the 1800s. You can walk around inside the 3-mile long stone wall that surrounds the district, while you can walk the grounds on your own. You might also want to take a guided walk tour to learn more about the walled city and its significance to Manila. Next is we have our also one of the best attractions that you can visit in Manila, which is the Manila Ocean Park. So the Manila Ocean Park is one of the most unique adventures in the city, and one of the top things to do for families visiting. Also, you can come with your relatives and with your friends visiting the city of Manila. So you can get interactive with marine life and the sharks, and race encounter, trails to Antarctica, or the fish spa, where fish clean your feet in a small pool of water. They say they can take your calluses out. The park easily fills several hours depending on how many encounters you get. So in addition to the state-of-the-art aquatic facility, you will see exhibits of birds and other animals. After you go deep diving into the aquarium, you can also visit the National Museum. For a true exploration, I know you guys have some exploration at heart. So and you want to also more know the culture of the country, Philippines. So the National Museum is located in Manila. This is the Philippines one also the best places to visit. So the museum has 4 main complexes and extensive collections and artifacts relating to art and natural history. And the museum galleries help offer a sense of place telling the cultural story behind what you will find on your own visiting the city's many historical attractions. And yeah, after you go through some aquatic, some historical place in Manila, you can also go shopping, which is we have our very own, also one of, they also know this as one of the tourist spot as right now during the 20s, which is the Divisoria Market. So if you are in the mood to bargain shop, head to the lively Divisoria Market in Manila. It's also called Tutuban. So we have this Tutuban. It is located in the heart of Chinatown, where you will discover overflowing vendor stalls selling everything from fruit and spices to flip-flops and beads. So this is the best place to people watch and take in the local flavor. And the bustling atmosphere is like a flea market, and bargaining is the name of the game. So you should only pay about 50% of the price of an item, and often you can get souvenirs for much lower than that price. So after you go shopping, You can also go to Binondo, where you can relax and enjoy some of the best attractions and some of the delicacies and foods you will find also in this one of the best tourist place in Manila. So this Binondo, which we also call the Chinatown, is the center of commerce and trade of Manila, where all types of business run by Filipino Chinese, which we know that Filipino and Chinese are friends, and they're helping each other to build our country. And noted residents include, there's also this church called Saint Lorenzo Rumi, the Filipino proto-martyr. We can also line him as one of our heroes. And Venerable Mother Ignacia del Espiritu Santo, founder of the Congregation of Religious of the Virgin Mary. So yeah, you can circle around Binondo, like as I mentioned, Chinatown, where you can find the best delicacies. Just like you go to China or every part of city of China, you can also enjoy some of their specialties. Then, as I mentioned, some of the delicacy. So in Manila, the best delicacy that you can find is the street foods. So street foods like barbecue, isaw, we call this Adidas. It's like the pig's blood shaped as a square. We call it Petamax. The Adidas, which is the chicken feet. Kwek kwek, which is the quail eggs, boiled, and fish and squid balls. I know you know. Also balut. You know balut is an egg with like this is the egg, like there's chick inside, there's still skin inside, like feathers. Yeah, you can try eating that one. As for the Binondo foods, as I mentioned, the Chinatown, you can also see some of their specialties like champoy, yamoy, opia, ube, tikoy, meat pies, also siopaw, and mami noodles. They also have Shanghai, lugaw, and kinds of pancit, every kinds of pancit you will enjoy if you visit the Chinatown. As for some of the delicacies, Manila also have this, because some people are coming from different cities outside Manila, like Pampanga, Iloilo, Cebu, Davao, Pangasinan. So most of the delicacies in the Philippines are kind of mixed right now. So, but most of them are famous. Most of the famous delicacies here are halo-halo, adobo, buko pie, kinilaw. They have this kinilaw like pork in vinegar, kare-kare, lechon manok, and lechon baboy. And also we have this pares mami, which is which famous in Tondo, Manila. As for some of the celebrations that we celebrate here in Manila, as I mentioned a while ago, Quiapo Church, right? So we celebrate Feast of the Black Nazarene in Quiapo Church. So this is celebrated twice a year in Quiapo, Manila, on 9 of January and Good Friday. This festival celebrates a 200-year-old statue of a black Jesus Christ. Also, if you can visit Tondo, Manila, we also have what Cebu have also, which is the Feast of Santo Niño. So the Feast of Santo Niño or Santo Niño de Tondo is celebrated in the third Sunday of January. The fiesta in Tondo has the biggest participation in Manila, not only because Tondo is the most populous district in the city and poorest, but perhaps because of the many anecdotes connected with the Santo Niño. Also, we have this Chinese New Year, which is celebrated in Binondo or in Chinatown, which most of the Chinese people are living. As for this is a center of commerce and business. So Binondo, as I mentioned, is the center of all Lunar New Year celebrations in the Philippines. The whole area is lined with lanterns. As you can see, red decorations. The red color is supposed to bring luck in the new year. And also this Chinese dragon, where they perform dance in the streets to people see how the Chinese New Year culture was. And also, we don't forget, since we're living in Manila and we're doing a trip in Manila, we have also the Manila Day. This holiday commemorates the founding of city on this day in 1571. And some of the time, I think when Manila Day, when Manila celebrates Manila Day, all of the people are also gathering using parade in all location on Manila barangay, and also zone, because we have many barangays in Manila. So I think that's it. That's the end of our tour today, guys, and thank you.